Rockets win the toss, elect to defer to the second half.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Welcome to Game 1 of the Division III State Football Championship, where your number 1 seed, home Reading Rockets, will take on number 16, the Lynn English Bulldogs. Reading won the toss. They deferred. They're going to kick off to Lynn English to start this. Murph, Lynn English comes in at 6-2. They have a number of athletes on their squad, but I think this game's going to be won in the trenches, where I think the Rockets might have an advantage. The Bulldogs come out of the Greater Boston League, maybe considered a little less competitive Middlesex League, but all bets are off come playoff time, and it's the first playoff game for the number 1 seed Rockets versus Lynn English.
Great night here at Hollingsworth Field. Huge crowd filing in. Little bit of wind might be a factor here in the passing game. Lynn English and Reading both can throw the ball. We'll pause for the national anthem.
Reading Police Honor Guard is presenting the color for tonight's game. At this time, I would ask that everyone please rise for your hands. Honor those who have served, those who are now serving, and to honor America as the Reading High School Marching Band, under the direction of Joe Mulligan, plays our national anthem.
Here we go. The band, under the direction of Joe Mulligan, outstanding rendition, and the student section, under the direction of Johnny Ermer, belted out a great national anthem tonight.
I love it. Murph, listen, playoff football is a little bit different. I don't have a ton of experience playing and or calling it. Tell me what's different about when you get to this level, this time of the year.
Well, first of all, a great night. I mentioned earlier a little bit of wind left to right, but for a November 8th day, weather couldn't be better for the Rockets and the Lynn English Bulldogs. Rockets coming in as the number 1 seed, Lynn English 6-2 as the 16. Again, their seed might be a little lower because of the quality of play in their league. This is a good team. Maybe not as good as Winchester, but other than that, Winchester-Cumberland, the best team we've seen so far.
I'll tell you what, Murph, I actually think the wind is going to play a big part tonight. This is the first football weather we've had all year. And listen, Reading has ground and pounded it again. No one's been able to stop them. Look for a heavy, heavy dose of the run from the Rockets. And as you set the kickoff right now. Austin McCloskey, nice boot.
Right into the wind. Well done. Great job, Austin. Rockets have great field position with Lynn English taking the ball on the 20.
Take it for a second. I need a rocket.
Okay, as always, the Rockets will come out in what looks to be a 4-man front. Looks like maybe a 3-man front. 66, James Donahue at the right defensive end. Number 70, of course, is Big Daniel Lewis, senior 6'1", 315. He's flanked by 58, Barrington Anderson, a junior, 5'11", 270. Will take care of business up front for the Rockets.
Murph, you're going to hear the names. Number 2, Jaden Rosario. He's the quarterback for Lynn English. He's a great athlete, and he's got a couple around him. We're going to call the names. Handoff right up. They got a huge play. He's got probably 15 right off the gut, and that's number 5, Xavier Beauchamp. He was the next guy I was going to call. You'll see a heavy dose of number 5, Beauchamp. Rosario's the quarterback. You'll also see number 6 wide receiver Jason McDonald, number 8 Zamario Omasefi. These are guys that you're going to see. Those are Rosario's favorite targets. See a little bit of number 3 Cody Richardson in there too, but number 5 Xavier Beauchamp takes the first one for 15 yards. This one he gets stacked up almost immediately.
Much better on second down. The first down gain was huge. Rockets cut on their heels a little bit. Lynn English with a spring in their step. Much better there on the second first down of the first quarter.
Ball is just across the 42-yard line.
We'll call it 2nd and 9 here at the 42 for the Bulldogs from Lynn English. 3 split left, 1 right. Beauchamp flanking Rosario.
Rosario's
going to go back to pass. He throws it right underneath. Good play. Quick 5-6 yards. Right up there at number 7. That goes to Shane Knowlton Samard.
Linebacking core, number 11, junior Sean Duras, 6'3", 195, having a great year. Ben Deemer, 54, is back in the lineup, senior 6'1", 200, flanked by 25.
They're down here, handoff right up the gut, and he takes it for the first down. Nice job.
Rob Savio next to Deemer there in the middle linebacker spot.
Beauchamp gets across midfield. He's been effective early here for Lynn English. He's their top gun at running back.
Outside linebacker Mike Boudiette, senior 5'11", 200, rounds out the linebacking core for the Rockets.
I said this one's going to be one in the trenches. So far early on, Bulldogs doing a great job.
Lynn English doesn't look to have a ton of size up front, but they do have some athleticism.
Oh, the ball's dropped.
Ball is loose.
Wow. Rockets, bad snap right there. I think Rosario lifted his head up, dropped the ball. It's going to go back 2nd and call it 13, but Lynn English fortunate not to lose that ball.
Secondary for the Rockets, senior number 4, Zach Labriola, 5'9", 160. Of course, captain Jake Palm, senior 6'1", 195. We'll talk about the rest of the secondary in a moment.
Rosario 2nd and 13. He's going to be back to pass. Throws it underneath again. Nice job. Nice job. Oh, big hit right there. Who was that?
Deemer. 54
Oh,
Deemer.
my gosh. He's back. Absolutely awesome. Ben Deemer back in the middle of that middle linebacking core, and he is a hard hitter. Big play right here. 3rd and 7+. They are going into the wind right now, too, Lynn English. So he's had a couple of short passes underneath this wind, but anything downfield is going to be impacted.
They have some athletes, this Lynn English team.
He's back to pass, throws it across. Oh, beautiful play. He's wide open. That's his guy, Zamario Omasefi. It may be one of his favorite targets, and he couldn't pull it in. It's going to be 4th down. I think they might end up kicking this thing.
Looks like the Rockets are going to hold there on 3rd down. Again, a fortuitous bounce there for the Rockets. Zach Labriola, number 4, deep to return the punt for Reading.
Beautifully set up play, and the Rockets benefit from a dropped pass right there. So nice job after Lynn English showed some real spark here to start the game.
Lynn English punting into the wind coming left to right if you're watching at home.
Snappy kicks it. It's going to get caught up a little bit. Let's stay away from that thing. Oh, it takes a Reading bounce, too.
Good job.
Oh,
good job.
Beautiful Reading bounce.
Wind picked it up. Good starting field position for Reading.
Rockets are going to take over. Jack Murphy and company at the 30. Their first offensive series of the playoffs here, Murph. 9:13 to go. Let's see what they can do.
For those who have followed the Rockets this year, it's a 1-2 combination. Number 1, Jack Murphy. Number 2, Devon Bursey. Jack with 91 carries on the year. Devon with 92 carries on the year. Couldn't be more even. 2 tough people to tackle. See what the Rockets come out with on 1st down.
Right at the gut. Good play right there by Lynn English. That was Murphy keeping himself going off right. I'm told, Murph, that we don't have the scoreboard camera up right now. It might have been unplugged. I can look at that later, but we will stay on top of it. We don't have it, so we'll keep everybody on here. We have the second camera. It might have been unplugged. I'll go back in there when we have a break or at halftime, but we will keep the fans up to date with the scoreboard and the clock. Second down and call it 8 for Murphy and company. He's flanked by Bursey, split right Pulpy. This time he hands off to Devon, cuts it up the middle, and nice job by Lynn English. Stacks him up after just a couple.
Of course, up front, right, we got Riley Lerner, the senior, 5'11", 210. Makes it all go at the center position. We've got sophomore 75, Gio Pascantilli, 5'11", 215. And of course, big Jacob Whitmer, left tackle.
Big play right here early, 3rd and 5. The Rockets want to keep this going. And we got a timeout here early by Lynn English. At 8:09, they didn't like the look right there. They weren't ready. But now it gives the Rockets a little extra time to pick the right play.
Rounding out the offensive line at left tackle, senior, 6'2", 220. Jacob Whitmer has had a fantastic season this year. On the right side of the line, flanking Leonard, is number 54, Ben Deemer. And of course, big number 66, James Donahue. If I can say there's one thing that's made this offense go, yeah, it's Murphy, yeah, it's Bursey, it's Palm, but this offensive line can run block and pass block really, really well. Coached by Dave Blanchard, they've had an outstanding season so far. Let's see if it can continue into the playoffs.
Hey, first 2 plays, Lynn English knows they have to stop this run if they're going to have a chance this game. They did a nice job. 3rd down here. 2 split right, Murphy back to pass, throws it outside. Oh, nice job right there. And he's going to get the 1st down. Swings it out to number 9, Cominos. Beautiful job by Brady.
Brady Cominos, a junior, 6'2", 220. Versatile athlete, can play out of the backfield or from the wide receiver position. He's a tough cover if you're a linebacker for Lynn English.
I tell you, I love them having to call the Murphy pass early because they haven't had to do it for half of this year, Murph.
0 pass attempts last week. Where's Belmont?
It's incredible.
Yeah. A little confusion here for the Rockets.
First down here, Pulpy, and it looks like Pulpy's in motion right now. Oh, he's got wheels too. Cuts up. Oh, he beats one guy, but he gets just a couple of yards. Good job for him to slow him down because Pulpy absolutely flies. We say it every week. Gets about 3+ on first down.
That's a nice setup going east to west, right? Lynn English has to cover a lot of football field. Are they giving it to Pulpy? Is Murphy keeping it? Or is it going to Devon? Lots of options here for the Rockets offense.
There's Pulpy again in motion. Oh, he keeps himself now. Murphy keeps him. He gets stacked up after just a couple. Gets close to midfield. We'll call around the 47, but it's going to be 3rd and 5 upcoming. 6:52 to go here in the first. No score. The first series of downs for the Rockets. In comes 16, Bobby Morris. Yeah, we're going to make it, I'll say 3rd to long 3 here. Murph got a little bit more than we thought.
The good news about this Rocket offense, they can run it with a number of people or they can throw it. Very difficult offense to defend when you have multiple threats, 4 or 5 different weapons out there. Bobby Morris, Jake Palm, Pulpy.
Near us.
Got some dudes out there.
Back to pass right now. Oh, he scrambles out. He's looking for somebody. He's looking for Palm to make some room, but Jack's going to take it himself, and he turns the corner. Oh, nice job. He goes up in the air.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
And
Great scramble.
Great job by Lynn English to account for everybody except for number 1. Jack Murphy takes the ball, gets around the corner, and gets about 30 yards ahead of him. First down, 23-yard line for the Rockets. Huge play by Murphy.
That's the one thing about Jack. You can't really defend is his ability to make plays when all else breaks down. He showed that there. Great play by number 1.
2 guys flank him. Who's that on the left, Murph? Is that our boy? Is that Cominos?
Brady Cominos.
It is, okay. Inside,
here comes
Devon
Bursey.
Left and right, and Devon takes it. Hold on to that
chugging,
ball,
baby.
buddy, right there. He takes it inside the 15-yard line.
54 Deemer on the pull in the lead. Great job, Ben.
Oh, I love the pull. I love the pull tackle move. Ben Deemer, he must be thrilled to be on the defensive line again. I mean, the defensive side of the ball.
First game, he's on both sides of the ball. If you recall, when he first came back, they just had him on offense. Now he's playing full-time. Welcome back, Ben.
2nd and short, an offensive coordinator's dream. Here we go. This time he's going to hand it off to Bursey again. Oh, he's got a ton of room. He's going to cut up. He's going to go. What a play. Murph, you or I could have ran through that hole.
I don't know about that, Tim, but
great blocking.
Brady Cominos with a great block on the edge. Devon Bursey takes it to pay dirt.
Wow, we talked about how this is going to be won on the lines, and it was beautiful. Great, like you said, great play. Cominos over there, 5-14. The Rockets go up 6-0. Wind at their back as McCloskey goes for the extra. Held by backup QB. I think that's Will Shoot. Good snap, a little high, goes up there. Oh, absolutely bombs.
Good job by McCloskey and Will Shoot and Riley Leonard. Great job by the Rockets. Wasn't easy.
No.
Lynn English gave some resistance, but they mixed it up. Several different people carrying the football. 7-0 Rockets, 5 minutes left to go in the first.
Listen, a couple of 3rd and longs, 3rd and 5s right there the Rockets have to overcome. I haven't seen that happen, never mind twice in a series, almost twice in a game the last few weeks. So nice job there for the Rockets getting on the board first.
Interesting thing. So Ravens isn't kicking. I don't know why. Right? He's our typical extra point field goal kicker. We've got McCloskey in. Of course, we have Jake Palm who can kick as well. Not sure if Ravens is hurt or what the deal is, but nice job by McCloskey stepping in for the first time, I believe, all year and kicking a solid extra point. Put the Rockets up 7-0. McCloskey tees it up now for the kickoff here. Rockets special teams has been a strength all year long.
Right there, good kick, goes on the 10-yard line, gets outside. He's got some room. Nice run back right there, pushes him out about the 32-yard line. So excellent run back by there. Number 1, that's Limbert Thomas.
Just rounding out the secondary for the Rockets, senior 5'9", 165, Zachary Lindmark in at the free safety position. And of course, senior Jamal Palmer, 5'8", 160, having a fantastic year at the left cornerback position. The Rockets have had a great year on defense. Good so far here in the first half. Let's see if they can play solid here on this drive.
Murph, I want to give you the bracket just to update as we speak, because we're going to keep it on top of some of the other scores in the bracket. Right now, back to pass on Brown. Oh, he's right there. What? Oh, my gosh. I got to tell you right now, absolutely no one covers him for the second time in a row. They drop the ball. And Xavier Beauchamp had nothing but green ahead of him.
This kid Rosario can play. I'll tell you that right now. He's a really good quarterback. The Rockets have to get their stuff together in the secondary, or this is going to be a tie game very soon.
No one accounting for Beauchamp out of the backfield. Absolutely wide open and couldn't pull it in.
Well-designed play. It looked like they had Duras, number 11, on a speedy back out of the backfield. Not a great matchup for the defense.
Murph, it looked like they actually had a penalty on that play, too, which would have been even worse if he did catch it, because he would have went in for all of it. He would have brought it back. So 1st and 15 for Lynn English here to go. Hey, early on, the winner of this game will play the winner of Milford versus Masconomet. Our old friend Pat Sheehan, who was the offensive coordinator here for years. Milford is up 14-8 in the second quarter. Milford's a number 9 seed. Milford is unheard of. 2 very, very good teams, and whoever wins this game will face them. Back right now, up underneath. Oh,
great
beautiful
job,
play
Jacob
right
Whitmer.
there.
Do your thing, 72.
What a play in the backfield. He gets in there, and he's all over Beauchamp.
Love it. Love to see Whitmer out there. He's a stalwart at our left tackle position. Doesn't play a ton of defense, but he and James Donahue will sub in, and he made an impact on that play, no doubt.
That's for a loss. Let's call it 2nd and 16 here from the 25-yard line. 4:35 to go. The Rockets up 7-0 here in the first. Beautiful play. We talked about that line play right there. Jacob Whitman, big number 72, makes it happen. Rosario back to pass, swings it out underneath. Oh,
atta boy, great decision by Zach Labriola not to lay out number 1.
Yeah.
Most kids would take that shot and have a penalty. Really disciplined job by number 4.
I'll tell you right now, that thing would have been about a 3-yard gain, because Labriola snuffed that thing out. He would have absolutely been in a perfect position to crush him. So now it's 3rd and very long here for Lynn English.
Tell you, I like this kid Rosario, Jaden Rosario, senior. Number 2, he's a good quarterback.
Ton of poise. I watched a little bit of film earlier. Like I said, you'll see him, Beauchamp's the key guy in the backfield, but you look for number 8, Omasefi, number 6, McDonald.
Watch the screen here.
Number 7, Shane Knowlton-Samard as well.
Go easy on the pass rush.
He's back to pass right now. He's looking downfield. He airs it out way too deep. Let it go. Oh, let it go.
Good. That's fine. That's fine. Way to be
I said
Pulpy.
great play by Pulpy to try to take it, but guess what? Could be 4th down. Might be the same thing. They're into the wind, so nice try. Works out perfectly for the Rockets. They're going to have to kick into a very stiff wind here for 4th down.
Loving it. Loving it. Great stop by the Rockets there.
Hey, give Rosario credit. He threw an absolute P there into the wind. He outthrew everybody, but not the worst outcome dropping that ball right here. So 4th down, he's going to be kicking from his 11-yard line. Wind right in his face. Oh, high snap. He's going to try to get it away. Oh, this thing's going to barely make it to midfield.
Attaboy,
Beautiful
Zachary.
play.
Great catch.
Zach Labs with a tough wind right there does a great job, and the Rockets are going to take over the second time with excellent field position at the 50.
So we've said
4:04
this
to
in the
go.
past, Tim. That's not a flashy play by number 4, Zach Labriola, but it's a solid winning play. He doesn't catch that ball in the air. It rolls 10, 15 yards further. He catches it. Not a flashy play, but we get great field position. Here come the Rockets offense.
But we said this, Murph. You look at that American flag out by the snack shack now, and it is absolutely whipping in the favor of the Rockets right now. So that's a tough catch right on his Bursey. What a hole. Cuts back.
Yeah,
he's still on his feet. Here comes Pulpy. No one's going to be around. Oh, he gets around him.
Come on.
And he's going to go to the distance. What a play by Devon Bursey. 50-yard scamper. Gets outside. Beautiful
One
block
play.
by Pulpy ahead of him. What a play.
That'll wait 2.
Wow.
What a year he's having, huh?
Oh, my God. He is having an absolutely incredible year. We talked about it. The 1-2 punch are 1 and 2 by number. And Murphy and Bursey have been an absolute powerhouse duo all year for the Rockets as they jump up 13-0 here. And we try for the next one. Wow. Right down the middle right there, McCloskey. Good pickup the other day. Ravens, I would understand why he's out. Maybe he's hurt. How about McCloskey? We talked about him as a special team superstar. He kicks the ball. We've seen him multiple times this year actually make the tackle in the kickoff. Now he's kicking extra points. He's 2 for 2. The kid's awesome.
Very versatile player, adding value in all kinds of ways. He's also the backup running back. And he's done a nice job out of the backfield this year as well.
Tell you, the Rockets got to be happy here with this start up 14-0 and knowing they deferred the first time.
They seem focused, don't they? They seem focused. They seem dialed in. Loving what we're seeing right now.
McCloskey for the kickoff here. He's got the wind at his back. That's a bomb. Absolutely.
Bomb.
Lands in the end zone.
That win.
Every kicker loved that win.
All right, can I get my first shout out?
Do it. Let's go, Murph.
So first of all, it's Jack's birthday today. He's 18 today.
Love it. Love it.
Shout out to his great-grandmother, Ann Corbett, who's 96 years old, watches every game from her iPad. She's got 8 great-grandchildren and is a huge fan of the Rockets. So Ann watches every week. Hope you're enjoying yourself. We love you. Hope you're enjoying your great
grandson. I love it, Ann. Let's go, Ann.
Here tonight.
Murph, it looks like a red wave over here is the Rocket faithful over here, the huge student section. This place is packed tonight. Here we go. Third go-round here for Rosario and company. He's back. He hands it off right up the middle. Number 5, his go-to guy. Oh, Sean DeRoss is all over him. And then stacked on top of it is Deemer. DeRoss holds him down, and Deemer comes and cleans him up and pushes him back.
Deemer's out of his mind tonight.
Yard or
He's
two.
flying to the football. That's so good. Think he wanted to play a little linebacker the past couple of weeks?
I got to tell you what, he hasn't been playing, and number 25, Robbie Savio, has been outstanding. And guess what? They're both in there now. He stepped in for him, and now the Deemer-Savio duo in there. Deemer has been absolutely on fire so far.
Of course, Ben Deemer, Division I lacrosse player, going to Siena College next year.
All-American, I believe. Is that right?
Yep.
Rosario flanked by Beauchamp. He's going to throw deep. He's got him open.
Look at it, Jake.
Oh,
Yeah, Jake.
Oh, comes up and intercepts it.
Great
Oh,
play
I
on the
love
ball.
it. Palm tracks that thing down. It's a little far. And I got to tell you what, Murph, we talked about this earlier. You have an athlete like Jake Palm, who is one of the best on the team, right? He's a receiver who's on a team with one of the best running games in Division III, so he hasn't seen a lot of them. And what does he do? He plays receiver right there and pulls down an interception. The Rockets take over third time from their own 45. Murph, it looks like we got a little precipitation, a little rain coming in.
Love it. Bring it.
Hasn't rained in about 6 weeks here. We're seeing something come through. 3 split left. There's Pulpy in motion for Murphy. Gonna do it again. Oh, that's a tough snap there. Good play by Murph. Throw it away if you need to. Oh my gosh, he's wide open. Bursey's wide open. He cuts in. He's still in his feet.
See ya.
Oh, he gets pulled down inside the 10. Once again, Jack. Oh gosh, they're gonna pull it back with a hold. Jack Murphy does something with nothing. Tough snap. He pulls in. He finds Bursey wide open, and they're gonna bring it back on a hold. Tough one right there, but listen, how do you defend that, Murph?
That's okay. Hey, put it behind you. Let's see. You know, hey, no big deal. Get in the huddle. Let's do it again. Sometimes if you're an offensive lineman and the quarterback's scrambling around like a water bug back there, it's hard to know where he is, and sometimes you get a little grabby.
Sure.
That's all. It happens.
Hey, I'm going to pat myself on the back for not messing up Jake Palm's name all year long.
Yep.
Just did it for like 3 straight years. Right?
He's been a contributor since his freshman year. He was the star kicker on the team, and a big receiving target as a sophomore and a junior.
You'll run into his parents and just have to say, can I get his name wrong again? But nonetheless, A+ for me. First and about 20 right here. 3 split left on the top. Pulpy down low. He's back to pass. Throws it underneath center screen. Oh, nice little screen underneath for Morris.
Okay.
Gets about 5. That thing could have gone for much more if not for a great play by number 4 right there. Was looks like Jordan Hernandez. If Hernandez doesn't pull down, doesn't pull him down, that is going to be a long gain. So 2nd and 15 here for the Rockets at midfield. 2:24 here in the first. Rockets up 14-0.
33, Ben Deemer in the game for Bobby Morris. Ben's a solid blocking tight end. He's had a couple of catches throughout the year.
Right there. He's going to pull it back. He was going to pull it right down the middle. He's got Pulpy. Oh, he just overthrows him. That might have been a place. Pulpy gets behind number 1, and that might have been a place where the wind actually hurt Murph there because that thing was a little bit long.
Sailed a little bit.
Oh, my gosh. Beautiful, beautiful pass.
All right.
Hey, listen, I love seeing that play. Down the middle, we haven't had to see it all year, Murph. Ryan Pulpy ripping down the middle on a post pattern. Murphy had him and just went a little bit too far. And I said that's a time where the wind actually didn't help Murph. 3rd and 15 here. Not a lot of plays in the bag for this one. Let's see. Murph undoubtedly going to pass. He's back. Steps up in the pocket, throws it underneath right there.
Boy, Brady.
Nice catch right there and a first down.
I mean, you're talking
Beautiful
about Jack
play by
running the ball. He's
Cominos.
completing nearly 78% of his passes. They don't pass it a lot,
gosh.
but they're very efficient when they do. We have precipitation. we have precipitation, Brian.
Guys, there's a reason why Brian Lindmark isn't on the mic because he doesn't know how to say precipitation.
Brian, it's been raining for like a half an hour.
I don't have to.
What's bizarre is it's barely raining on this side of the field. It's raining on the other side of the field. Right here, inside handoff to Bursey. Oh, what a cutback! There's a flag down. It's like it might be another hold, and Bursey goes in for the touchdown, but I think they're gonna call it back. Wow. They got to call holding on Redding again.
They might have got Whitmer on that.
Coach Fiore is going to go absolutely nuts. Two calls to take back. 2 huge plays on this. He's actually ripping into the refs right now about that one. That was a pretty early hold call right there. He's probably past Whitmer when they called it on him. So wasn't germane to the play, but they call him and they bring it back. First and about 20 here at the 42-yard line. 2 huge holding calls take back huge plays on a touchdown by Bursey. Got to be disheartening here because the Rockets just keep coming at you, though. 2 split right. Got Commodus in front. There's Pulpy again. He's going to keep it himself. Murph's got a little bit of room. Takes it for about an easy 5, maybe 6. Going to call it 2nd and 12 upcoming.
Murph likes the 5 and the 6, but he loves the 50 and the 60. A little frustrated there. He'll pop one. I like Bobby Morris at the top of the screen too. Really, really soft coverage there out on the corner. Let's see if Coach DiLoretto attacks the perimeter here on this next play. We got Jake Palm, number 5, and number 18, Ryan Pulpy, top of the screen. Pulpy in motion.
Little turnaround there. He's got to keep it pulled back. Murph throws it underneath. Oh, he's got it right off the middle.
What
an
dime.
Absolutely
What a dime.
beautiful play.
What a
Brady
dime,
Commodores
Brady
right down
Commodores.
the middle.
What a throw.
How
What
do
a
you
throw and
defend it,
catch.
Murph? You see the fastest kid in the team do a juke.
Oh, that was
They're going to hand it off there,
unbelievable.
and Murph slings a
What a
dart to
catch.
Commodores. Wow.
That was a good football right there, let me tell you. Well protected up front, great play design. Hey, let's fake the stretch to Pulpy. How do you defend it? You got baby Gronk running down the middle of the field.
Oh my gosh. This is the weirdest precipitation I've ever seen. It looks like it's really coming down. It's actually just mist. No one has a
The best part was Lindmark with breaking news, like it's just precipitation, Tim.
Yeah.
Okay, Rockets are firing on all cylinders right now. That was amazing.
Listen to Lindmark. I don't know if he was at Capri since 3 o'clock this afternoon when he tried to say precipitation. There we go. 31 seconds to go in the first, and the Rockets absolutely putting a stamp on this first quarter, 21-0 over Lynn English. We got some shot. Hey, listen, you got to give credit to the shout-outs to guys that they want to send it out, but no one's been shouted out more than the Labriola family. But Cousins, let me say the shout-out for Zach's cousins, Charlotte and Josie are in Arizona. They're watching. Go Zach, go Rockets. Happy belated birthday to Zach's great aunt Sandy, a.k.a. Gas. Great aunt Sandy.
Love the gas.
Let's go. Speaking
Well,
of the gas, the Rockets are turning on the gas.
I don't know why her nickname is Gas. I'm not sure we want to know that.
Listen, it has nothing to do with Great Aunt Sandy, which is actually really disheartening. Kickoff here, right here. McCloskey, boom, the last one. He does the same thing here. They're going to let this thing go smartly.
Way to beat Austin. Have a day, kid. He's just killing it on extra points and the kickoffs. What a weapon.
Yeah. All right, timeout. Their second timeout of the half they've already taken.
You want to do it now?
Hey guys, at the end of the first quarter here, we are going to bring in legend Steve Algieri back to the booth here. Let Murph and Alge take over here as the Rockets in command 21-0. Steve, come on over.
Finally, Steve. Steve, my dream comes true. I get to do play-by-play now.
Oh, great.
Because now that you're here, you're my color guy, and I'm the play-by-play guy. But welcome, Steve Algieri, a Reading legend, a 41-year veteran of the Daily Times Chronicle covering Reading and Woburn sports. Welcome back. Second time on the air for you tonight. How you doing, Steve?
Thank you, Jim. Doing very well.
Great to have you. Saw you on the golf course today. You roped you into another setup here.
Well, I was going to be watching at home anyways. I'm glad I can do this in person. Good start for the Rockets. Looked a little shaky at first. Lynn English catches a few passes early. Maybe he's got a little different complexion of the game.
Rosario with the handoff. Not much there on the left side of the line. Great play by 72, Jacob Whitmer. Have a day on the right side of the defensive line, Jacob. What have you seen so far from the Rockets on D?
Well, defensively, they're certainly benefiting by the wind. I don't know if you can feel it as much as I could on the other side of the press box here. So obviously, deferring and taking the wind has been a big help with the 21 points on the board. It's very hard to throw or kick into this wind so far, but they're very aggressive running the football. I was impressed by Lynn English's team speed early on, but it seems like, a couple of plays didn't swing their way early, and now the momentum is all on Reading's side.
Yeah, now we'll switch it, right? Second quarter here, the Lynn English will not have the wind at their back. Again, I've expressed that this kid Rosario can really play. Number 2, senior quarterback. Really impressed by their running back Xavier Beauchamp as well. But the Rockets have done some things on defense now. They haven't met a lot of passing teams, but you saw the interception by Jake Palm, the pressure up front. What are you seeing from the Rockets in the secondary tonight, Steve?
Well, obviously they got some athletes back there, and they're certainly in some pretty good coverage, sitting back like they were. But again, Jim, very, very tough to throw in here. We'll see how Rosario does now with the wind, and if it maybe flips the field. But I think with Reading's dynamic offense with your son Jack Murphy and of course Devontae Bursey running the ball and now passing around to Brady Caminos and Jake Palm. Yeah, this is going to be a little too much to overcome for this 16th seeded team from the Greater Boston League, which I don't know if our viewers at home realize no longer part of the Northeastern Conference. They switched over to the GBL a couple of years ago, about 5 or 6 years ago. Don't have to play Everett like a lot of teams don't have to in football, but usually a very athletic team and team that likes to hit you in the mouth. But the Rockets are holding up very well both sides of the ball.
Lynn English will line up 2nd down and 10. Again, we're not sure if the score is on the score is on the camera, but it's Reading 21, Lynn English 0. Just starting the second quarter here. Big second and long for the Bulldogs. Rosario flanked by Beauchamp. He's back to pass. He looks. Long throw down the sideline, a little bit wide. Intended target is number 7, Shane Knowlton-Samard, a wide receiver, 11th grader, junior.
Tried to give that little shoulder fake there to try to maybe get the cornerback to bite on that. No good. Very, very well scouted. Was not going to go for that fake. Did you ever do that when you played that little Peyton Manning shoulder tilt?
Oh, yeah. Throwing the ball to Chris Cosenza and Brian Gaff. Don't let me get in the Wayback Machine, Steve.
Oh,
it'll be over.
Me both. We'll be lost on the present-day people watching this broadcast.
Dwayne Sigsbury, yeah. Matt Peabody catching the ball. You kidding me? No, nobody better.
Sig's in action tonight.
He is. He is. Also in Division III, by the way.
Yes.
Keep your eye on that.
Well, that, and of course, we're hoping for the matchup with Pat Sheehan's Masco team next week, but we'll see. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Again, Rosario flanked by Beauchamp. 3rd and long. Back to pass. Ball is delivered. The pass is complete. Gain of about 6 yards. Number 1, Limbert Thomas. Great coverage there by number 3, Jamal Palmer. Let's see if the Lynn English Bulldogs decide to punt. It looks like they will.
Rockets will give that up all day. I'm surprised on a pass like that. You're not going to throw to the sticks to try to get the first down.
Possible fake here, right?
Yeah,
if you're on defense, you want to think.
It's danger time for them.
Hey,
yeah.
4th and short. Head on a swivel for the fake. The Bulldogs punt it away. Number 18, Ryan Pulpy with the reception, working his way to the outside. Another nice gain and good field position for the Rockets offense.
And I like the return of the kick return and going out of bounds. You see that a lot in college and pro. You don't want to risk that turnover. Better safe than sorry. Take what you can get and keep possession of the football. Now, one thing I think, I'm coming late to the party, obviously. I don't know how Pat Sheehan did it, but I know when Rob DiLoretto had the team, always likes to huddle in between possessions, right on the sideline. So he's like a coach in the huddle, then just go right to the line of scrimmage. I like that dynamic. Takes a little bit of the guesswork, and the communication factor is expedited a little bit quicker.
Rob has been amazing for this team. Great compliment to the Furies coaching staff, and the kids have really responded to Rob's coaching style. Bursey up the middle, open on the right-hand side. He's going to cut it to the left. Solid gain of about 20 on 1st down for Devon Bursey. Up front, right side of the line, James Donahue. Riley Leonard leading the way up front. Rockets are doing whatever they want on the offensive line today.
Gain of about 14 yards.
14-yard gain for Bursey. Murphy flanked by Bursey and Brady Kaminos, number 9. Jack will keep it up the middle. He's still on his feet. Bounces to the outside. Catches a key block, and he's down. He could be gone. Out to the outside, out of bounds, about the 15-yard line. Another nice gain on 1st down for Murph.
Nice little shift and run there by Jack. I'd like to compare him maybe to Arch Manning, with you as maybe Peyton Manning and Eli Manning. Very athletic.
I don't know about that.
Even different than James.
Honestly, the Johnny Manziel 2012,
Yes,
without
for
the
those.
drugs and the hookers
Yes,
and
yes,
the
it has a little bit of that game.
all that stuff.
Yes.
I think is sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but you know what I mean. Johnny Manziel. That's who he reminds me of. 2012 Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah, maybe not quite the 6'5" body type of an Arch Manning, but
Right.
about the athleticism and the Manning family.
Option left. Murphy will carry it. Bursey to lead. Good job by the Lynn English defense there. No gain for the Rockets.
Very impressed, Jim, from one year to the next. The physicality of the Rocket line, the transformation. I mean, that was certainly a soft spot last year during their 3-8 season, but to see them transform like they did must have been a very good offseason in the weight room, if you would agree on that.
Well, I totally agree. Coach Fiore put his foot down, and hey, starting January 1st, we're in the weight room with Athletic Evolution every single day since January 1, 2024, and it's paying off in spades. Brady Cominos up on the left-hand side. He breaks through, a gain of about 8 for Brady.
Cominos is the ball carrier.
Good second down carry for Brady. It's going to be about third and medium. But yes, significant investment in the weight room. The kids put in the effort all year long, and it's been a noticeable difference on both sides of the ball.
Because historically, Reading teams were never soft, and not that they're calling Gerard Mayo soft, but physically doughy. I mean, you want to be stronger, and not with the intent of being hard, but you want to be a stronger team.
Bursey on the right-hand side. He will walk into the end zone. Did he get in? Touchdown, Devon Bursey.
We could be in running
Great job
time
up front.
by the third quarter, perhaps.
So I have a theory about that, Steve. By the way, the Rockets up 27-0 with 9:44 left in the half. I think that the team was becoming so dependent on the pass game, and hey, James Murphy's going to put us into the end zone,
Right.
throw the
We're
ball to
more of a
Beckham
finesse
Hughes,
team,
into
you're saying
Stroud,
now, right?
and they got away from hey, we're going to run the ball down your throat.
Yeah.
And I think there's a subconscious on defense to say, hey, we don't really have to stop these guys because we're going to outscore them. And you're right. People call it soft or what have you, but I think that crept into the Rockets' psyche a little bit last year.
And we soft, not like character soft, but like
Right.
physically not strong. And just showing your
Throwing the
might.
ball is like a more athletic
Yes.
skill set, whereas running the ball is more physical, stand up and knock you over.
Right, because you
type of
you
football.
played in the Power I days. You know how that is. We're
Yep.
just going to run the ball to you until you can stop us. And there's a bit of a physicality in this sport. No getting around it. As much as maybe the game has evolved with the spread and the athleticism with the quarterbacks and the ball and throwing the ball around the lot, it's still in its purest form one of the more physical sports, if not the physical sport out there.
And in this world of, it's a flag football world, kids want to play 7-on-7 all summer. It is becoming more of a skill game than it is a line up and run you over game. But at the end of the day, it's the big people up front that make it all go. Michael Caraco on the tackle, number 31, a junior. I keep saying that. I think Caraco's a sophomore. Kid is an absolute beast. Yeah, sophomore, 6'1", 6 feet 155. A special teams demon out there, along with number 19, Luke Rogerson, a junior, 6'1", 180. So a senior heavy team, but they've got some people coming back in next year or two. Rockets look solid for the next couple of years.
Well, it's always been kind of a feeder system program all the way up there. People always wanted to get into the Reading football team. It was very uncharacteristic, the 3-8 drop-off last year, but it's going to happen at times. It's still a public school, so you're going to have the dreaded word cycle every once in a while.
Toss to the right, Lynn English. Who is that? Number 11, Sean Duras, like a bullet on the outside with the tackle. Really great play on the perimeter. I did not expect this, Steve. I know I saw you today earlier. I thought maybe a, 28-14 game. Rockets are in command right now.
Well, they've hit their low watermark all year. They have never scored less than 28 points per game, and they're on pace to maybe supersede the 2009 team, which is going to the Hall of Fame 2 weeks from tomorrow on the November 23rd, team that averaged 34 points a game, and this year's team is 36.9 heading into this game.
Rosario back to pass. Pass is complete to number 6, Jason McDonald. He's an 11th grader, wide receiver. Good-looking player there. We'll cut the gain of about 5 yards. It'll be third and medium here for Lynn English. Rosario going to get the signals from his coach on the far sideline.
Well,
He's probably the best quarterback we've faced all year. The kid from Winchester was pretty good.
Was pretty good.
But this kid can throw it.
I like the Davis kid from Woburn. I had a good first half against Reading, but second half seemed like you figured things out a bit.
Who's Woburn have tonight?
Woburn's at North Attleboro tonight. I'm not expecting a favorable result. Again, that's one of those South Shore teams that I say it's a different world, the South and the North, usually in Division III or Division II in Eastern Mass.
Third and medium for the Bulldogs. Ruggiero drifts to the left and throws the ball just underthrown. His target was Limbert Thomas, a senior wide receiver DB. The Bulldogs will send out the punt unit again here.
Just to maybe get off, not too much topic, but looking ahead, like Masconomic is in sights, and everybody'd like to see that Pat Sheehan matchup with as the head coach of Masconomic, but it's not going to sell Milford short in that 8-9 game. That's another one of those South Shore teams or Southeastern Mass teams in that 8-9 game, Milford being the 9th seed.
Again, we've got Pulpy and Labriola back to receive the punt. Number 8 is Zamari Omesafi for Lynn English to get off a punt with the wind at his back. A low liner. Good decision by Labs to let that one go. The Rockets take over about the 27-yard line.
Well, as a former punter, Jim, I like when you get those rolls like that. As you once said one time, you used to throw those 5 yards outs, and the guy would take it 90 yards. Quarterback gets all the yards.
No doubt.
So as a punter,
it's
you don't
a 70-yard punt in the paper the next day.
That's right. His long is 70. It doesn't mean it had to travel 70 in the air. It's where it stops.
Did you punt at Reading High School?
I punted Waltham High School and Curry College. I was a very small school player.
Okay, the Rockets will take over up 28-0 with 8:34 left in the half. Jack Murph coming out again on his 18th birthday, flanked by number 2, Devon Bursey. Brady Cominos in the fullback spot. Carry is for Murph, breaks it to the outside, looking for perimeter on the side.
That could almost be a hip drop tackle. That could almost be a hip drop.
Awkwardly pulled down a little bit. See if Jack gets up. He's limping a little bit.
Yeah, I tell you, that's one of those hip drops.
Don't love that.
Nope.
Gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 here for the Rockets.
I would think they would still have that penalty in high school or college football because the NFL, that was new this year, outlawing that tackle, those body weight tackles.
I'm guessing Jack will not carry the ball here on this play. The give is to the Caminos on the left-hand side. Gain of about 4.5. It'll be close. Brady, very versatile. He can play receiver. He can play tight end. He's carrying the football out of the backfield. He's a really good football player.
Last year strictly as a wide receiver. Now playing more running back this year. Good compliment to Bursey.
3rd and about a half a yard here for the Rockets. They're looking to go quick up on the line of scrimmage. Jack under center. The quarterback sneak a little tush push. Rockets will have the first down. 7:23 left to go. Bobby Morris, 16 in the game. Jake Palm, number 5, out.
Jake Palm, for some of the basketball fans out there, probably hit one of the biggest shots in Reading, recent Reading High basketball history.
He sure did.
In Arlington in 2023.
Sophomore hitting the game winner in the state tournament off the glass. Was it off the glass?
It was off glass in the lane. Yep.
Great play by Jake.
Didn't have to call it. They all count.
By the way, Jake's brother, Devon Bursey, with the carry. By the way, Jake's brother, Teddy, and the varsity soccer team are currently playing out, I believe, in Wilbraham, Mass. I could have that wrong. If somebody out there has a score on the soccer team, please let me know.
Because we are live.
They better, of course, the Palms are great athletes. I'll see if I can get a score for the soccer game. Second and about 3. Murphy again flanked by Bursey. You got Bobby Morris and Palm to the left. Pulpy in motion. High snap. Murph grabs it. He's going to peel around to the right-hand side. He's out of bounds. Short of the first down. It'll be a 3rd and about 3.
Good improvisation by Jack on that play.
Gain of about 1.5. I believe that ball was going to Pulpy by design. Speaking of hoops, here comes Ben Deemer, 33. I'm sorry, Ben Peterson, 33. He'll be a good member of the basketball team this year.
Well, need to pick up the slack
shooter.
for J.J. Atkins's departure,
Yeah,
as
that's
I heard this
unfortunate.
evening. That's disappointing, unfortunate.
The give is to Devon. He'll have the first down and more. Still on his feet. Gain of about 10 there on third down, and the Rockets move the chains. 6 minutes to go. The clock is moving.
Well, Lynn English came in this game with 2 losses, Jim, to Swampscott, 20-14, and Medford in a very close one, 20-18. It's a decent Medford team this year, so no surprise with the loss there. But you would think Reading would have an edge, although arguably the Middlesex League, beyond Reading and Winchester, was down this year. But Reading certainly had a tough non-league schedule. Cumberland, Rhode Island was a good test.
That was a good game.
Certainly showing that they're a quality opponent, quality team here tonight.
Pulpy in motion again. He'll take the carry around the left-hand side with Bursey lead block. Still on his feet. A nice spin move by Pulpy, and he'll have a first down. Well-designed play where Pulpy goes in motion, comes back to the other side. They did play action off that in the first half. That was the throw to Brady down the middle. Let's see if Coach DiLoretto comes up with a little bit of play action off that motion here next.
I mean, obviously the dynamic is more of an option, read option RPO first than when James was here, when it was more of a straight drop back style, let's say, spread them out.
Pulpy in motion. Jack with the throw. He fakes it, tucks it up the middle. Look, he was intending to throw the ball to Pulpy there, but it was covered well by Lynn English. He decided to tuck it and get a yard or two and live to fight another day. Again, very balanced. I was saying at the beginning of the broadcast, Steve, coming into the game, 91 carries for Jack, 92 carries for Devon. Very balanced. I don't know if that was by design, but boy, that's really good balance. A lot of weapons. Pulpy in motion. Jack back to pass. Hands off is to Bercier on the left-hand side. He's got room around the out-hand side, and he could go to the distance, and he does. Devon Bercier. Pop at the end, but he gets in. Touchdown.
Well, I think it has to be 40,
second or third?
2 points for running time. I think it's
really great job on the perimeter blocking. Really great job by the left side of the offensive line. Rockets up big, 34-0. I'm going to step away and let you and Tim handle the rest of the second half.
Second quarter.
It feels like the second half, 34-0 here, Steve.
Well, usually these games have been over at the half, Tim, from following along at home or the games that I'm at. This almost looks like a Middlesex League game with Belmont. A week ago was 28-0 right from the jump, it seemed.
Well, I tell you, the Rockets had some real, for the first time in a long time, some real competitive league play and non-league play. And it's just the way the schedule lined up, Steve. You know, you have Lexington and Belmont who are having off years to be your last games. And so that's not necessarily an ideal situation coming into the playoffs, but the Rockets were 4-17 to go up 34-0 in command.
Yeah, no letdown, no.
Oh, this one's blocked right there.
You can't pick that up anymore with Federation rules. Yeah.
Beautiful play by Shane Knowlton Samard right there, who blocks it. One of the few good plays for the Bulldogs today, and on go the lights, Ace Bryson.
That was making the Lynn English people nervous. I was over on the other side of the booth for the first quarter, and they thought we were having a power outage here. But they've found out now with 5 touchdowns on the board for the Rockets, this is a common occurrence and something that the Lynn fans don't want to keep seeing anymore.
Hey, well, Steve, I want to give you an update. The Masco-Milford game at the half is an absolute war. Masco leading 15-14 at the half. The winner of this game is going to play that team likely right back here at Hollingsworth Field next week and week 2 of the playoffs. And things get tough right after this one.
Well, obviously the seed itself, Tim, dictates it's going to be a close game, but I wasn't selling Milford short. I was telling Jim earlier that seeing these teams from the South Shore, the southeastern part of the state, football there is very credible, very quality.
Short kick here as he kicks into the wind. McCloskey, the ball's bouncing. That ball's live. That ball is live, and the Rockets get it. No one pounces on the ball. That's where the wind actually might have helped us, Steve.
Kicking
and the Rockets go right into it. No one goes after that thing. After 10 yards, it's wide open, and the Rockets are absolutely the last thing Lynn English Bulldogs needed to see was that.
Well, when it rains, it pours. Momentum certainly been on the side of the Rockets since that second Lynn English drive. Once they didn't catch what could have been a touchdown pass, although it would have been called back for an eligible man downfield. But after that first Lynn English drive, it looked like they had some momentum going. It's been all Rockets after that. They've just been snowballing the rest of the way.
I got to tell you, the Bulldogs are probably a little bit disheartened here, getting really tuned up here in the first half. And that one's an inside handoff right there to Cominos. Nice play, misdirection with Bursey, who's your number one guy, and Cominos takes it for about 8 to start.
Like what I've seen from Cominos, I'm giving him a little depth now. I know we're in playoff season, and you're still going to go with your big guns here. But he does give a little compliment to Bursey, and of course, Jack and him are the 1-2 punch. And I mean, Reading is not a hard scout. It's going to go through Jack Murphy and Devon Bursey, but you have to do something to stop that. And maybe down the playoffs to get the better teams, we'll see what happens. But so far, Reading's been firing on all cylinders.
Second and short here for Murphy and company. Hands off to Bursey inside. He's got great blocking in front of him. Cominos cuts outside, and he's in again. Devon Bursey, I got it. Listen, you were up here. I'm hanging out back here. I don't know how many touchdowns he scored while I was away, Steve.
Well,
40-0 Rockets here. Wow.
Las Vegas Raiders coach Antonio Pierce is saying, I think there's been some business decisions made on the part of Lynn English in the last couple of series out there, because it does look like anybody wants to get involved tackling.
I'll tell you what, the game doesn't call for it, but I did like to see a couple of downfield passes today. Murphy had one where the actual wind didn't help him. He overthrew Pulpy, went on a post pattern, who absolutely flies. And then what a pass earlier to Cominos as McCloskey kicks it right down the middle. Make it 41-0 here. 3:34 to go in the half, and the Rockets in absolute command. But they haven't had to throw, right? And you know what's going to happen. They're going to need to when they start running the brass, these guys, these teams. You face a Masco, you face a Milford next week. We're going to have to see a little bit more in the bag of Jack Murphy and company, because right now it's been, you got to stop number one and stop number two, and no one's been able to do it all year.
Well, we know what we can get out of Jack. We saw the Winchester game, trailing with like 2:27 to go. Jack made a big throw deep out of his own territory. He's made some, that key 2-point conversion pass he did, basically almost parallel to the ground with that sidearm throw. So, I mean, you can pick your poison, but obviously, first and foremost, teams that are going to scout Reading, they're going to have to try to take that run away. But it's easier said than done so far. But
that
we'll see
Winchester
if we get along
game
the line.
was an absolute instant classic. Let's see if these guys get a little more on the ball here. It's taken right now by Limbert Thomas, number one. Gets outside. He's still on his feet. Nice job right there. Pushed out. Looks like maybe Pulpy pushed him out of bounds. And there's going to be a flag there. They might just be tacking on 15 just for the heck of it. I don't think he really got hit over there, but the refs might be
Frustrations.
the refs might be trying to help out a little bit here too, but nonetheless, it looks like we might tack on a few more yards for that kickoff return.
Yeah. Well, doing this for as long as I did, sometimes the refs can be a little flag sympathetic, if you will, to the team that's maybe on the short side of this, and a little human nature, a little compassion. You might get a more favorable flag in a situation where it looked like the kid just threw him down out of bounds, but from inbounds, and the flag was certainly not warranted.
So tack on 15 yards as Lynn English takes over here with their best field position of the day at the 46-yard line. Rosario flanked by Beauchamp. Got Beauchamp right up the middle. Oh, he gets absolutely crushed. And without even looking at it, I'm going to guess number 54 is in there, Ben Deemer. Number 74 in there as well. Beautiful play. Number 54, Deemer. His first game back on defense, I don't know if you talked about it, Steve. He is a powerhouse in the middle, super athlete, been injured. Wanted to come back, actually played the offensive line with a cast on last week, and he is crushing people in the middle of that lineup.
Certainly the physicality from last year to this year on the Rocket line is in evidence all year long. They were just very serious in the weight room, as Jim said, starting last January, because Reading did not have to be a soft finesse team anymore. They've gone back to their power football again.
Rosario back to pass. He's got big pressure right there. Number 58 right there is our boy Barrington Anderson. Pulls him down for a massive loss. great pressure. We talked about it at the beginning of this thing, Steve. I actually told Murph, I think, getting a look at Lynn English, I said they got a lot of good athletes, but I think this game's going to be one on the lines where I think Reading was probably favored. There's a perfect scenario right there. Number 58, Barrington Anderson. Huge sack. It's 3rd and forever upcoming with 2 minutes to go in the half.
Certainly been a show of strength on Reading's part, both sides of the ball. Their interior line has been dominant, as much as we always talk about Jack Murphy and Devon Bursey, because obviously, the people that get the touchdowns, get the headlines, or get the social media electric ink, but it's the boys up front, the trenches, that are really making this team go this year.
3rd and 21 here for the company. Handoff right at the middle. Oh, right in the, gets stacked up immediately. It might have been Deemer, and then picked up by Palm. Deemer slows him down, and Palm shuts it down. It's going to be 4th down here. Probably you got to look to kick here. It's just not enough. It's not enough. If you're at midfield, and not 20 yards. Although down 41-0, I don't know what you have to lose, but
well, sometimes it makes a bad situation worse. You still want to, play the game the right way, and the situation dictates 4th and forever that you're going to be punting. You still got a second half to go, although it may be running time anyways, but you're playing the game the right way. You're not trying to force anything futilely by trying to go for it in this situation.
One thing I will tell you about this line, Steve, from watching them for the last 6-7 years, is this is the first line I've seen with some real depth. And I tell you, on a public school team, to have a line with depth is something, because as we play in Division II, you're going to run into a Catholic. Those Catholic school teams are rolling sets of offensive and defensive linemen against you, and our best linemen are playing both sides of the ball, which is very common for a public school team. But this is a year that John Fiore, Dave Blanchard, and Rob DiLoretto got some real depth on both sides of the line, and they can swap some people in and out of there, and it's made a huge difference.
Well, fortunately now, playing in D3, you're going to avoid those Catholics, but there's still some quality teams in D3. I remember when Bishop Feehan was here a couple of years ago, when Teddy Bruschi was coaching, you could definitely see the size and strength on that team. Of course, that's also a Catholic team, and that's another discussion and an argument on you're getting the best athletes from all over, not just a town team like here in 01867.
This Coach Fio telling him, let's get into the half here right now, as the Rockets take a mercifully take a knee here as they go into the second half. The Rockets 41, Lynn English nothing. This is going to be a second half, Steve, that we're going to be filling up a lot of material. We're going to be talking about everything but football, I think.
Well, I'll enjoy listening to you guys in the second half from 149 Howard Street.
I love it.
You guys can do a good job. Thank you for having me here, and share some knowledge that I still have remaining.
Steve, we love to have you. We know you old guys remember stuff from the past and can't remember anything from yesterday, so we're thrilled to have you.
I could give you game by game on Murph in 1992 season, but as far as what happened in the 2000s or the 2010s, yeah, it's beyond me.
I don't know if I'm thrilled or completely freaked out by that information, but nonetheless, Steve, love to have you up here. Thanks for joining us. We are going to put the mics on for the band here coming up. Hey, let's get the cheerleaders going here. Yep. Steve, thanks again.
Thanks, Tim.
I appreciate it.
Enjoyed it.
Another nice inning for the Reading Kings team.
talking? Okay. You can talk too, but we're going to lean in and use her mic as well. Okay. We're back at halftime here. This is Jim Murphy. About 6:20 left. The Rockets are up 41-0. I'll put the camera on the scoreboard, but we've got some special guests here, some members of the Reading High Band, captains, seniors. Could you tell us a little bit about, introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Vivian Bateman. I'm the president of the band program.
Hi, I'm Erica Malone, and I'm the drum major of the marching band.
Awesome. You guys have done an amazing job, but most of the people that are watching today kind of only see you at halftime here or for the national anthem. But tell us about your season, your competition season. How are things going for you in this season?
Yeah, of course. So the football games, they're a pretty big part of our season. We love to support the football team and really show our school spirit. But a really big part of our season is our competitions, and that's really what we do our show for. We had a really successful competition season. We came in second place in the New England State Championships.
Where was that competition?
It was in Lawrence, the Lawrence Memorial Stadium.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Our competition season is about 6 weeks long, starting in September and going through October, but we start rehearsing in mid-August, so it's a really lot of practice before we perform.
Awesome. So what's the makeup of your team? Is it a senior-heavy group? Do you have a mixture? Are there freshmen in the band? What's the makeup?
Our team's pretty balanced this year. I would say we have a decent amount of freshmen, especially in the color guard. Our color guard, there's 7 girls, and 7 of them are freshmen, and then we have 1 senior. And they've really done an amazing job. All of them have, except for 1, have never spun a flag before, and they've all just done really well. You would not know that they're all rookies this year. It's really impressive.
Excellent. What's your favorite music to play? Do you like the classical stuff? Do you like the hip hop? Do you like the popular stuff? What's some of your favorite pieces?
I'm pretty biased because I'm in jazz band, but I really like our second movement. We do across the track blues, and it's a jazz piece, and I think it's really fun, and we have some fun solos in it.
I really like our third movement, which is Crazy Train.
Crazy Train was great. You played that at halftime last week.
Mm-hmm.
That was so cool. Obviously a big pump-up song for a lot of the football players. Do you play that in competitions or just here at halftime?
Yeah, we play that at every competition.
And is it, the judges kind of like that, and it's kind of fun for that, right? Excellent, excellent. So tell me about the rest of the season. We're coming down toward the end of do you play all winter? Do you guys have a winter season, or does it end in the fall?
Yeah, so this is the end of our competition season, but we still perform. We perform at our winter concert, and we also perform at the Festival of Trees, and we do parades.
Okay, so the winter concert's coming up. Talk to the folks at home. If you want some Reading folks to come out, tell us about the winter concert.
Yeah, our winter concert, it's December 19th. The marching band will be performing, as well as the symphonic band and the jazz band, and I think the jazz combo as well. It's going to be really fun. You should come.
What about the Festival of Trees?
The color guard does a performance to try and get more publicity and support for the color guard.
Let's bring you girls over here so we can kind of see you on camera there. We're going to make sure you get the necessary camera. Thank you, Brian, for having it. Okay, so what's your favorite? First of all, what about college? Did you get your applications in? What are we thinking for next year? And will you participate in band in college?
Definitely. Band has been a pretty big part of my high school life, and I'm hoping to continue.
Love it. What about yourself?
I'm hoping to go to college with a really big marching band.
So where did you guys apply?
So I applied to a few different schools. My top school is University of Chicago.
Oh, wow. That's a tough one. You must be a good student.
I try.
Chicago's wonderful. Very difficult to get into, as you know,
It
so
is.
good job. What about you? You have a top choice?
Yeah, my top choice is UMass Amherst.
Okay, and they've got a great band. So is that your goal to kind of, do you kind of use band to get in as an extracurricular, or do you get recruited by the band there, or are you hoping to walk on and be a member of the band wherever you land?
I think band, while it is a really great way for colleges to see your personality, it's also more than that. Band, it's really especially at Reading, it's really a community, and we rely on it for so much. The band program, I think it's probably one of the most positive environments in the school. Everyone's just so helpful and welcoming.
Awesome. You guys sound like you have a great team. So you've got the Winter Festival coming up. You've got the Festival of Trees. Tell us about the Festival of Trees. What are you doing there?
So we just are trying to support the overall Reading life. So we play our show there as well as different Christmas music.
Excellent, excellent. That's awesome. Well, we've got about a minute left. I want to thank both of you for coming up and sharing your stories with us. We'll let you get back for a great second half. I think the student body might have left because it's a little bit not a balanced score right now, but I know you guys will have a great second half, and thank you so much for joining us, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Good luck the rest of the way. All right. Thank you, guys. Okay. You can go in there and get warm, though. Okay. Well, we got about 30 seconds left in the half. Again, if you're just joining us, Rockets up 41-0. A lopsided first half. Great halftime interview with the band members. That was outstanding. We had Steve Algieri in the first half. He's probably gone home, too. Hey, look we're just out here having a good time, looking for a great second half of football. Rockets, of course, won the toss, elected to defer, so they'll receive the ball in the second half. Number 18, Ryan Pulpy, and number 3, Jamal Palmer, set to return. Of course, Austin McCloskey, the Mr. Everything, number 8 in the middle there, could potentially touch the football here. Lynn English comes out of halftime, very difficult in the, come out of halftime. Not looking good, down 41-0. See if they can put together a stand here defensively. We have number 4, Jordan Hernandez, kicking off for the Bulldogs. Officials blow the whistle. They're ready for play. I guess I'm doing play-by-play and color in the second half.
Well, that's all right,
Tim has abandoned me.
Jim, I'm here with you.
That's okay. I abandoned him last week in the second half, so we're all good. Okay, refs come out. Finally, the officials are here. Players are ready. Officials are not. Shout out to the Brown Bears on their way down to play Yale. Jack's older brother James is on the bus headed down to Yale, watching on his phone.
They win today?
Shout out to the Bears. They play tomorrow. Play tomorrow at noon on ESPN Plus.
Hey, Brian, your 5 seconds of fame is over. Oki's back here for the third. Listen, I got a bunch of score updates. I got all sorts of things. I have my man in the field, Brian Van Horn, 190 miles away in Pittsfield. I think that was actually court ordered to stay away from Reading. But nonetheless, Brian has given us a little bit of updates here. Bill Ricca up 15-0 in the second. Right? They're on the other side of the bracket.
Way to go, Sigs.
Right? Westboro up 7-0. They're on our side of the bracket. Mansfield. I will get the Masco side. Let me just see what we have here. Mansfield is actually up 35-10 over Doherty in the third, and Concord Carlisle beat Marshfield.
Okay.
That is
Is that an upset? Austin McCloskey on the reception and the return.
Of course, I don't know why he's sending us that, because I think that's D2. Because Mansfield's with us. I think Marshfield might be in a bigger bracket. So, needless to say, getting misinformation from Brian Van Horn is sort of it's standard operating procedure. But nonetheless, cheers to Brian and the Van Horns watching from, I think, it's actually South Canada. He's in South Canada.
Great interview at halftime with the band captains.
Loved it.
You missed it, but they're rocking and rolling over there.
Good news.
No
Talk to RCTV. He's going to get the camera set up. He's worried about the scoreboard camera, but it is intact. It is working. Luke will go check it out remotely. But You don't really need to look at that scoreboard to know the Rockets are in complete command as they mix it up right here with some new players. I think that might be McCloskey. McCloskey in there
in the
for
game.
running back. They're going to give Bursey a rest here.
Rest. He had 5 touchdowns in the first half. I think he earned
He's got a rest
whatever
because
rest
he can't breathe
gets
from running so much.
That's right. Number 44, Brandon LaMontagne, sophomore, 5'10", 190, in at the fullback spot. Most likely going to see a heavy dose of McCloskey here running the football in the second half.
Number 44, LaMontagne, is an absolute beast, and he's got a couple years ahead of him here. He is going to be awesome in the backfield for the Rockets moving forward. 2nd and 5 upcoming. This is him right here. I call his name, and he drives it for a first down, or very close to it. Hey, I want to give a shout-out, Murph, one thing. The Reading RMHS Hall of Fame induction ceremony is happening Saturday, November 23rd, Doubletree in Andover. Former QB Stan Andre and the 2009 football team going in. Go to Empower on Haven Street, purchase your tickets. Awesome event. Stan Andre looks like he could play right now for the Chicago Bears. We saw him at the golf tournament, football golf tournament. Nice play by Murph. But they're blowing the whistle here. Maybe some movement before that. But Stan Andre going in along with the 2009 football team. I'll check with my buddy. Listen, my buddy Johnny O'Keefe runs the John Hollingsworth field page, brings in a lot of history, tons of guys who used to play on this field, and giving updates about all the playoffs in Reading. I'm going to ask Johnny if you're watching, John, send us some of the other inductees. We'll be happy to bring them up.
Stan Andre, there's a lot of good quarterbacks at Reading. Stan Andre is right there with the best of them. Played linebacker at UMass and was in the NFL. I mean, the kid is just an absolute man. And he comes back every year to help us at our golf tournament, donates a ton of money to the program. Just an unbelievable alumni and corporate citizen here for the Rockets.
I loved it. My son, former captain at UMass, I introduced him to Stan up here. He loved it. He's like, it was like, you know, you have googly eyes looking at a guy like Stan Andre because, you know, even at his age now, like I said, absolute beast. I didn't see him hit a golf ball, though. I imagine if he gets a hold of it, he's going to hit it about 350 yards. 9:55 here, Rockets in command, 41-0. We'll try to keep you up to date on the other scores. That key one is going to be Masco versus Milford. Very tight game at the half. They got to be getting closer. They got to be in the fourth quarter at this point.
What is the score at the half?
It was 15-14 Masco at the half.
14. Wow.
They're probably in the fourth quarter now, so we'll try to get a Masco-Milford score. 1st and 10 here, LaMontagne and McCloskey. This one goes to LaMontagne up the middle. Oh my gosh, he's running over people, and he dives for the touchdown, and they say he's down.
Oh, you gotta give it.
Gosh,
What a
what
beast.
an effort. He
What
looked
a
like
beast.
Earl Campbell there. I know I'm dating myself right now, but he was just dragging people. Riggins, look at you.
I've actually never seen Earl Campbell, but I heard he was pretty good.
I'm going to tell you what.
got the number.
Am I that much older than you, Murph? Because Earl Campbell was my favorite. He was the greatest run I've ever seen. He ran about. He gets in this time. They give it right back to LaMontagne for the touchdown. Beautiful run. He carries about 4 people with him. Earl Campbell played about 8 years, and they gave him the ball 45 times a game in a terrible Houston Oilers team, and all he did was carry people on his back. He was one of the greatest running backs I've ever seen. You know what? Riggins asked big dude, just a big dude, huge. You know what he looks like now is a guy like Derrick Henry, right? A huge running back who just is going to overpower you.
So as the Rockets
Absolutely.
kick the extra point, I want to give a kudos to the RMHS soccer team, led by Coach Dan McGrath. They competed tonight in the second round of the MIAA playoffs. Had an exciting win last week, and they lost tonight. They were eliminated from the tournament, 4-0. But hey, they're on the bus on the way home. Congratulations on a great season. You guys made a run in the tournament. Nice run. Great season. Congratulations to the soccer team for their efforts this evening and all year long.
I think they had a long trip to do that one, too. Murph, I want to throw another shout out. My buddy, I ran into him today. I haven't been there in 2 months. Here I am trying to watch my weight, Murph. Guess what? It didn't work. So I said, I'm going to the last corner for lunch today. It was the best. Ran into Carl Fenley. Carl is a massive, massive fan of Reading football. Legendary men's softball league player, even more legendary when he was an umpire. I saw some of the greatest battles between him and Gary Bonarosa. They were awesome. Carl was notorious for throwing people out of games and men's softball games. It's awesome. But saw Carl today. He's a huge fan of the Rockets, loves watching us live, so shout out to Carl. Good to see you, buddy.
I'm going to shout out the Deemer family, Joyce Sundstrom, grandma of Ben, watching from Wakefield, Aunt Barbara and Uncle Stan Sundstrom from Chelmsford, and Tony Ann Deemer, his other grandmother from New York, all watching, rooting on the Rockets, and especially 54, Ben Deemer. They showed me before the game Ben's middle school training regimen. He had like a parachute on his back, and he's running down the street. I think your street back in the day.
Listen,
but yeah,
Ben's got a high motor, and he had it since he was a kid. He grew up on the end of our street, just running around with a parachute on his back.
Not his finest moment.
He's 8 years old. First and 10 here. Gets, oh my God, stacked up immediately right there. Let's see who got him. Savio. Robbie Savio, who's had an absolutely outstanding campaign this year, takes him down. Not a lot of answers here for the Bulldogs so far.
We've got the Palms watching. Another shout out to Fran Palm out in Oregon. Aaron, Alyssa, Cam, Kate, and Reese Vanderhoof, loyal fans of the Rockets, watching on the big screen tonight. Anybody else wants a shout out, just let us know.
Second and 1, give us a ring. 781-664-3038. Give us a ring for a shout out. That one could have been a penalty. And ironically, in this game, that's one where you're likely to see it, but they don't call it here. And it's going to be 3rd and long again.
As I mentioned earlier, Tim, the future is bright. This kid, LaMontagne, 44, is an absolute beast. You saw him carrying the football. He's on the field. 19, Rogerson is a name to remember. Junior, 6'1", 180, along with Michael Caraco, 31. These are sophomores and juniors who you call out time and time again. We've got 18, Pulpy, of course, Kamenos and Bobby Morris. But future is bright here for the Rockets as well.
3rd and long here for Rosario and company. Flanked by Beauchamp. In motion right there is number 1. Hand off to Beauchamp up the middle. He gets stacked up almost immediately. Let's see who's in there. Number 25, Savio again.
So Bursey with the 5 touchdowns. Someone was asking me, is that a Reading record? I don't know. I'm not sure if anybody's had 5 touchdowns in the first half.
I'm going to guess no in the first half, and I might guess no in a game.
Yeah.
If I had I think we have the record book in the yearbook, and what did I do? Left it in the car. I could have looked up the Rocket records, and
maybe it was DeAndre who had the record. Never know. Devon might have beat it.
Maybe I could just call Steve Algieri up again because
he was right here. We could have asked him.
He has it written down in the back pocket. Beautiful pass underneath. I got to tell you what. A couple of throws that were darts early in the game that did not convert for Rosario, and it changed the look of this game early because both of them could have went to the house, and they get a third one where he puts it right in the guy's hands and he can't pull it down. So I tell you, Rosario looks like an absolute stud out here, having some bad luck with a couple of receivers. 5:29 and counting. Looks like we're in running time here. 48-0 Reading.
Looks like Jack Murph's done for the day. Here comes the future of Reading football.
Number 14, Will Shoot in there at quarterback. Split right, number 22 is Ethan Pember. And we have McCloskey and LaMontagne in there, and he's Theo didn't like what he saw his very first time there. He calls a timeout. He's going to talk to these guys. Let's get them set up as
you put a couple new players in there. They haven't practiced,
Murph, what does it look like when your last 2 regular season games are against teams who you overmatch? You know you're coming in with a team that's 6-2, who've got some good athletes, and the Rockets are in command here. You know, maybe not an ideal situation when you know whoever we face next week, Milford or Masco, are the brass.
Yeah, either way, we have home field advantage, right? So they'll be coming here. I think everybody's kind of hoping it's going to be Masco and the Coach Sheehan connection.
Love to
see Masco, but we'll see how that game turns out. Anyway, the Rockets are playing at a very high level. I'm not sure it matters who comes in here. They'll be ready to play. Will shoot in the shotgun. Flanked by McCloskey and LaMontagne.
The wind is really kicking up now, Murph. It's coming right in our face, so it's not going left to right. McCloskey on the ground takes a broad 5. I do have an update. Milford has kicked a field goal. They are up 17-15 with 11 minutes to go in that game. That is a barn burner. It was 15-14 at the half. Now 17-15 Milford.
Keep us posted.
Thanks to BVH, man, on the spot for getting the update.
They get the internet that
what's
far
going on over here? What's going on over here? there are leaves. It looks like someone's dropping confetti in the field.
It must be autumn here in New England.
Oh, my gosh.
There's leaves falling in November, Tim. Is this not anything
and
you're
it's
used
precipitation. Looked like someone they're throwing a party over here, like they shot off the confetti gun out here.
All right, couple new people up front. Number 71, Shea Healy is in the game, a senior, 5'11", 190. This is one of those kids who's been playing his entire life, all the way through Pop Warner. He's been to every single practice, tough as nails, getting some really good playoff experience here at left guard. Number 51 is Caden McNeese, a sophomore, 6'1", 185. Good baseball player, basketball player, all-around great kid at left tackle.
Shoot flanked by McCloskey. Got to think they're just going to keep it on the ground here. Hand it right up to number 8. He's got a little shifty there. Takes a big hit right there, but nice play by McCloskey.
At center, Tim, we've got Brendan Boudiette, a sophomore, 5'8", 180. In my mind, what he's most known for, Riley Leonard was hurt. We had a big league game versus Arlington. He was playing with a Division I commit at nose guard. Going to play. Kid Beckenhughes from Arlington is going to go play at Boston College. We got a sophomore who's 5'8", 1. Let's see what he is. 5'8", 180, and he held his own.
How many
more
Beckenhughses are there?
Yeah.
Those guys are an absolute powerhouse Reading football family from Arlington originally. They're cousins over there.
Yeah.
Been studs for Arlington for a number of years.
And that was a huge win, and Boudiette stepped up huge in that game. Very proud of that young man.
That was a game I think they were down at the half.
Right
now
guard,
we got some
58.
rain coming. We got some wind coming. We got leaves coming. It is whipping right in our face right now.
McCloskey with the carry.
Up the middle. No, and they can't take him down. He takes it inside the 10 here. He's going to be about 2 yards short of the first.
I want to call out another sophomore, 5'11", 280, Anthony Rosenfeld, number 65 in the game right now. Plowing holes for McCloskey at the right tackle position next to Barrington Anderson as well at the guard position. This is something like your offensive line might look like next year for the Rockets. A lot of precipitation. I tell you, we need it in this town, Tim. There's been wildfires everywhere.
Listen, I grew up on Lewis Street. There's a wildfire right behind it on County Road today. They had about 7 different towns up there trying to put one out behind the old Killam's Field where I grew up playing baseball with 25 kids from Howard Street, Westcroft Road, Wentworth, and Lewis. And it was, man, this is the craziest weather I've ever seen. And guess the band is going in.
The band pulled the chute. They're gone.
Can you look?
They got to get those instruments out of the
rain.
rain.
This right now. Take a look at this light up here.
All right, for those of you who stayed home, mainly my family, and said, "Oh, we're going to watch at home with a glass of wine." Great.
Oh my
Great
God.
decision.
Let me tell you right now.
Great
I wish
decision.
I was at home with a glass of wine. I didn't even drink wine. I drink everything else, Murph, but I don't drink wine. If I start drinking wine, I go, I think that's a trifecta or the quadrifecta. I don't know what you do. I drink everything but wine.
All right, Tim, I'm going to take off. You got the fourth quarter?
Murph, I'm going to flip a coin right now to see which one gets to go home.
I'll take it, Tim.
Hey, listen.
I bailed last week. You're good. Get out of here.
I actually told, I'm going to stick around for a little bit, but I might leave a little early. I told Brian, I go, Brian, I let him know early, I got to run out of here because the lovely Sue O'Connor is waiting for me at home. And she's like, we're going out to eat. You got to hurry up. Wow, this weather is insane. I didn't know if we expected it. The crowd's filing out as it's blowing in sideways right into us. Just keep an eye. We might have to get you pull it back a little bit. We'll try to keep you under here, Brian, and keep that lens clear. Handoff right up the middle. It's McCloskey. It looks like it's going to be a steady dose of McCloskey shoot handoff here. 10:51 to go.
I've never seen a mass exodus. It's like the building's on fire. Everybody's filing out as fast as they can move.
Am I wrong, or is it actually, did they do the fourth quarter now? Are we down in the fourth, or they were just running clock?
Yeah, it's the
I think
fourth.
we're in the
It's the
fourth.
fourth.
It says third. Listen, I looked up and saw third, Murph, and I absolutely was, I'm like, oh, God, no, please.
This is when you just kind of like say, all right, guys, get on the bus. Great game. Let's go.
Yeah, listen, I got to tell you what, Lynn English, very, very competitive in their league. They got some really good athletes, just overmatched here against the Rockets.
Congratulations to their seniors. Their careers in football are over. They've been playing for a long time as well as their cheer athletes walking out here. Congratulations to all the seniors. The Rockets will just take a knee here.
Rockets actually taking a knee on fourth down, and they're going to turn it over on downs here, not to run this score up. So
First down and 10.
with 9:59 and counting going down here, Murph. Hey, Murph, let's talk a little bit about next week. I would love to find out before we leave. I will leave once I get an update. When we get an update on that Masco game. Let's get it. I mean, it's getting late. It's got to be getting close to being over, although we are now in running time. They're probably obviously in stop time.
We need the ring.
You know what I'm looking for, Tim? Next year, when I'm sitting at home with a glass of wine by the fire,
Murph,
watching from home,
Murph,
watching you.
No.
Me and Brian are going to be sitting home.
Hey, guys.
With our feet up.
Guys, breaking news. Breaking news. There might be a mass retirement party here as even though, listen, Murph, I have been doing play-by-play since Pop Warner.
You and I.
Yeah, Lynn Mark. I told you I've had about 7 cameramen, and Brian's the 9th best. But he was the only one who'd still do it. And so Brian came up, continued to do it. He's a glutton for punishment. We make fun of him constantly only because it's so easy. And it's been an absolute blast playing here. But I'm going to tell you what, nothing lasts forever. And I think this could be the last year for the Murphy O'Connor, Lynn Mark trio. I would love to do this, Murph. I'm not kidding you. Get some kids, get some other people interested in this thing. Get them set up, show them how it's done. You know, what people don't see, Murph, there's a lot of logistics
Show them how it's
behind the
not
scenes.
done.
Yeah.
You know.
Listen, not up here in the booth. I meant like getting the cameras, getting lined up with RCTV, getting connected with Tom Zaya and the staff here. All of that stuff, all of it happens behind the scenes here. And there's a little bit more work to it than just coming up here and having a pile of fun and letting us act like kids again.
So a couple new names on the field. Sophomore number 45, Zaylin Puff, 6'1", 170 outside linebacker. 28 is Jamari Wright, a junior, 5'9", 165 out there at the linebacker position. Mo Kamas, number 57. Of course, my man 74 is Adrian Muniz, 5'8", 250. Senior, number 26, James Rodriguez out here at the right cornerback spot. Of course, Rogerson, 19, Caraco, 31. You've heard me mention their names a bunch. great experience for these kids here with 7:15 left to go in the game.
Update on the Masco-Milford game. 5 minutes to go. Milford still leads 17-15, but they have the ball in Masco territory. So Milford has the ball with 5 minutes to go with a 2-point lead.
Caraco on the tackle there, number 31 from the strong safety spot. Looks like 38 is at the left cornerback position. That's Matt Doherty, sophomore, 5'8", 140. Brother of Jack Doherty, if you remember Jack, a great running back for the Rockets a couple of years ago.
Hey, Murph, thanks to my buddy John O'Keefe, I have the rest of that Hall of Fame class that's going to go in November.
Let's do it.
The 2010 girls swim team, Erica Belcher, class of 2011 swimming, Justine Lyons, 2005 basketball, Rob Tozlowski, 2008 hockey. I got to tell you, that was the team that was the first public school team to win the Super 8, and Rob Tozlowski was an absolute superstar in that team. Loved watching that team. And let's see who else we have here. Chris Robichaux, 2000 wrestling. Sue Madden, 2000 track and shot put. Oh my gosh, Catherine Murphy, one of my best friend Bill Murphy's sister. Catherine is going in for softball. I think it's his softball, field hockey, and track. Clearly the greatest athlete in the Murphy family between my buddy Bill and his older brother Paul.
What do you mean with her?
Catherine Murphy, absolute doll and superior athlete going in. The Murphy family will be up here for that one. Larry Berg, 1981, when I was a kid, he was the absolute guy you looked up to as a superstar baseball player. And then Coach Ken Holbrook from swimming are going in. So incredible Hall of Fame class. Hey, as we said, Murph, we've done this for years. You only played for 2 years. When did the Hall of Fame play-by-play and color guys go in?
I think.
And by the way, I didn't say cameraman. I didn't say cameraman because Lynn Mark is.
I will say
he's
this
on a B-
about the Reading Hall of Fame.
One for all and all for one.
The Reading Hall of Fame for a high school Hall of Fame is absolute first class, right? The ceremony, the dinner, the videos, the speakers, they run it better than most colleges. They really do. It's a nice operation. They got there Jeff Pierce and all the people involved, Algieri, and I'm leaving out a few people, but they do a good job.
Guys, 4:44 and counting as we go into running time here. Shoot flanked by LaMontagne and McCloskey. Awesome field position, but just look for them to just take it easy. Put the brakes on a little bit here, but McCloskey gets 5 yards, gets stacked up. And listen, and all of a sudden, the weather disappears.
Hey, I don't want to talk about the Hall of Fame too soon, but if this Rockets team is they were coming in averaging 37. They have 48. They're undefeated. They're on a roll. You never know. You could be looking at a Hall of Fame team right here.
You know what, Murph? I think we go in with them.
Okay.
If these guys go in,
We're
go into the Super Bowl, they win it.
We'll be in the back.
I think it only makes sense that we're here with them.
The whole package.
You're gonna have to find me somewhere on a beach.
3:55 left. Rockets up big, 48-0. Will Shoot and company over the ball here.
Wow, update. Milford fumbles the ball in Masco territory, and Masco takes over at their own 35. 4 minutes left to go in the game.
Oh, baby. Come on, Pat.
I tell you, there is a rooting interest here for Masco only because we've said it before, but Pat Sheehan was the offensive coordinator here for the last number of years in Reading and took over the head coaching job at Masco. Would absolutely love to see that game. Great guy, great offensive coordinator, and now doing wonders up in Masco as the head coach. So I'd love to see Pat Sheehan back here at Hollingsworth Field next week, but he's got some work to do with 4 minutes to go, down 2.
Pat and my oldest son James were magic together.
Oh,
They spoke from the same sheet of music, and boy, did he do right by my older son. No doubt about it. And he coached Jack last year in this team, and a lot of great feelings for Pat Sheehan and team.
2:44 and counting. Sue O'Connor, you get the 2-minute warning. I'll be coming home soon.
Kick him out.
Get ready, be ready. I'll be beeping out front. I'm not even coming in to pick you up. We gotta run, but here we go. 2:30 to go. Hey, you know what, Murph? I'm gonna jump. I'm out of here.
See you, buddy.
I'm going to give it to Brian.
That's to Sue. Go to dinner.
Sue, let's go. I'll see you in a few minutes. Thanks to everybody. And we will see you here next week for either Milford or Masco. Murph, I'll try to send you a text to give you an update before the end of the game, and we'll go from there.
Thanks, Timmy.
See
Have a
you
great
guys.
night. Where you going to dinner? Okay, 2 minutes left. Looks like the Rockets are in what they call victory formation.
Yep.
Just taking a knee here. Again, congratulations to the Lynn English seniors on their careers and a nice season for the 6-2 and for making the playoffs. Of course, not what they wanted to see tonight, but heads held high. They did a nice job. Jack Murph takes a knee.
That should
be about one more time, and that'll be it.
should do it after this down. Yep.
What's up, Bri? What do you think?
Great game. You know, Rockets look good. Rockets look poised.
We don't know our opponent yet, but
Nope.
you know, hey, Coach Fiore and team will have them ready for next week as well. Okay, I'm signing off. For Brian
All right,
Lindmark,
Murph. Yep.
I'm Murph. See you next week, everybody.
All right, pal.